Glen Kacher, it's good to see you. Nice day to have you on. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate it.
So this news, obviously, Alphabet and Apple brings this conversation to mind that you love Alphabet stock, and you say some things, at least to our producers, that would have sounded blasphemous just 8 months ago. You say it's likely that, this is Google, likely the #1 beneficiary of AI in the long run, and they have the best monetization engine and the largest user base on the internet. Man, the market thought something totally different like 8 months ago, and then the chart went parabolic.
Yeah, I think there's been a big misunderstanding really on Google's position in the market. Right now, of course, OpenAI is leading the charge on current usage and traffic for their ChatGPT, but Google's coming up from behind very quickly. They have a more efficient compute architecture with the TPU. They have the ability to resell to all their enterprise customers of Google Cloud Platform. And then you look at their other models in imaging and video that are, leading the industry. Applications that they have in their full stack include search, of course, YouTube, Gmail, and Maps. And then they have the whole product network, advertising network using Android and Chrome and search partnerships with companies like Apple that you guys just mentioned. So that's turning from just a search traffic partnership to an AI traffic partnership.
You said you've been buyers of Google. How recent? And where along the roadmap that I just showed, which is the chart, which shows the stock just ramping straight up and to the right?
Yeah, we bought quite a bit in the middle of the year, starting in the late spring, and I've been adding recently as the stocks come back a little bit. So we're very excited. If you look at it, if OpenAI maybe goes public at $1 trillion, that's 25 times forward revenue. We think Google trades at 10 times revenue, trades at 29 times consensus, 26 earnings, and it's growing earnings at 35%. It just is an incredibly well-run company doing incredible capital allocation today. And then you've got things like Waymo on the upside and really upsetting the entire auto market perhaps in the long run.
You like Amazon, too. What's been wrong with that stock? It's off to a good start this year, but certainly underperformed in a big way last.
Well, I think they've been kind of slow and quiet on their, what they're doing in AI. They've largely partnered with Anthropic there. I think they're starting to emerge as a winner, of course, in advertising, and as that the ability to use AI to your advantage for your advertising business for really any of the big ad players has been documented and a real source of growth. So you look at that, you look at the e-commerce business, which you're kind of getting for free, and then we think AWS gets driven by enterprise AI traffic over the next 5 years. So really like their positioning in the market.
What do you make of the whole debate right now about the mega cap trade in general versus, say, everything else?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, look, in the next couple of years, we're certainly seeing a huge period where we've got tons of demand outstripping the supply of AI compute. And so that's causing these hyperscalers, X out NVIDIA, but the hyperscalers of the Mag 7 are having to fund this. And you're seeing them now, they're up to around 73% of their operating cash flow going to CapEx in 2026. This is a big adjustment from these companies that were throwing off tons of free cash flow just a couple of years ago. So the market has to deal with that. The market also has to deal with, OpenAI, which is, trying to borrow effectively the balance sheets, hundreds of $1 billions worth of balance sheet from Oracle, SoftBank, ARM, and CoreWeave.
Right.
And, the market has to digest that. So there's going to be an interesting kind of, does OpenAI get the next $100 billion round raised in the first half of this year, or does it take longer? So there's a big question in the market there. And so I think everyone's wrestling with this. How fast is revenue growing versus how fast OpEx and CapEx are growing for
All right.
the hyperscalers and other players.